Hello fans! So, a lot of you have been asking, what are you doing today? No one's been asking. Let me tell you, I was approached by the organiser of a live interactive bingo event in London to create a crazy comedically oversized helmet. As part of the show, an actor would have the helmet placed onto their head and a combination of light and audio effects would play to simulate a brain hack or mind control. The following isn't how it went down, but I'm going to show it to you anyway. I need you to manufacture this. Immediately. You have 10 days.
Something that looks industrial, like plate or any sort of hardware, maybe some spikes, holes with LED ribbon behind. Finish. Silver with brush black to look industrial rather than the sleek, clean modern look of the set.
Sounds like a job for ADHD man. Leave it with me. So that was it. I had 10 days to make it. Easy. First of all, for a base, I've decided on a bike helmet. With this delivered, I've covered it in masking tape and drawn markers on it. Why? Because I've now taken hundreds of photos of it and thrown it through a photogrammetry app. The app now has some visual reference points to help create an accurate 3D model. Once I have the model in 3D space, I can begin creating the design for the large dome. I've decided that I'm going to make it from polystyrene, however I can't get hold of a giant cube of polystyrene, and I also wouldn't be able to carve it with any level of control. So I've designed it to be made from 13 layers of 25mm EPS polystyrene. I'm separating the base into 13 parts, and I'm overlaying them onto mock-ups of the large polystyrene sheets, and I'll transfer the design manually by measuring the centre point of each part, and then with a custom-made circle drawing jig with various radii drilled into it, I'm able to accurately draw 13 circles. Before I cut them, I also draw on the bits to cut away for the helmet to fit into at a later time. I first of all do a rough cut to reduce the amount of material getting in my way, and then using a polystyrene cutting jig that you'll soon see, I'm able to rotate each part at a predetermined distance from the cutter, leaving 13 perfect circles. I am pleased with the perfection. Tomorrow we'll finesse this. Question time! Today we'll be turning this pile of polystyrene into a helmet, because I can. But how are you going to make all this rounded and smooth like an actual helmet? Otherwise it just looks like a snowy hill in Minecraft. Aha! I'm not saying I'm a genius, but this is a machine and I've just made it. How does it work? Well, simple. You set the part to the pre-calculated spot and you turn it around and it cuts it. Hey, what cuts what? Ah, let me tell you. This is nichrome wire. When it gets hot, it cuts through polystyrene by melting it. How do you make it hot? By passing electricity through it. Where'd you get the electricity from? Easy, power supply. Okay, how'd you get the power supply to deliver current to it? Well, through wires and through this and through that. How do you keep the tension on the wire? Easy, a weight. What do you use for a weight? Something heavy like this plane. Whee! How do you attach that? With a hook. Easy. Standard. Why are you asking these questions? Surely you'll need to know the angle of every single thing that you want to cut. Absolutely, that's why I calculated them, because I'm a genius. How do you ensure it's the right angle? Easy. W.H. Smith's. How do you know where to place each piece of polystyrene? They're all different. How do you get it so accurate? Easy. You just draw this and then you drill some holes and then use them as pivots so you can rotate them at the right places. Brilliant. Oh, genius. Want to see it in action? I need to do the 70-degree one. I've moved this. Now it's at 70 degrees. Woohoo. Power. Oh yeah, power switch. How do you get the power switch on a piece of wood? Easy. Double-sided tape. And that concludes the Q&A. This is the top part, number 13, being cut with an angle of 70 degrees. I was having such a good time doing this that I forgot to film the other 12 pieces, which was the second most satisfying thing I've ever done in my life. The first being your many hours later. That's enough work for today. See you tomorrow. Hello fans! I forgot to say, yesterday, these are my fans. I made them from computer parts. Whee! Yeah, they filter. All those circles? That's all dust. Ugh. Anyway, that's the fans. I meant to say hello fans too. Hello my only fans. Got a few things to be getting on with today. We need to do soldering, need to do gluing, need to do painting, need to do LEDs, need to do soldering. I've already said soldering. Yeah, but I've got to do soldering twice, so that makes sense. There's nobody in there, I promise. I promise. But again, everyone's been asking, Scott, why haven't you washed your hair today? Because I haven't f***ing washed. It's Monday morning and I've got shit to do. Nobody asks. Nobody ever asks. So, to answer all your questions that you didn't ask, what are we doing today? Okay, so this is not R2-D2. These areas need to be cut out. These are where the LEDs are going to sit. I can then put in some sort of silver lining inside so the light reflects around. I'll then wire in the LEDs. The LEDs will be going down and around. I'll sort it out. Then I have to glue all of these layers together so that the whole thing remains solid. I have to mask something around here, I think. Yeah, I have to mask where I'm not going to paint. Then rolling stones. Rolling stones. Oh yeah, paint it black. I've got to make a jig first so that I can cut these perfectly and equally. Stabby, stabby. Hashtag normalize PPE. That's not far from perfect. Burn, baby, burn. Disc. Ah, yeah. Woo! Glue time. I need 48 bits of silver shaped like this. Close enough. Good idea, poor execution. Much better idea, shiny paint. I'm putting the LEDs in, weaving them between the layers, keeping them turned on because like in brain surgery, you want to make sure that everything's still working while you're working through it. The layers are coming together, but I decided I want to have little diffuser windows to diffuse the light, so I'm using sandpaper to make it diffusey. Getting taller, and the final layer. Silver, black and Mod Podge. Painty! I made a cake. I'm going to bed now. Good night. Quack.
Deep in the subterranean chasm underneath Croidonia, we find McCulloch in his workshop.
Hello fans, how you doing? Today I'm mainly going to be masking this bit out here so that the lights can come through just like that, and then we're going to paint around it, drill some holes, putting in some rubber tubing and attach these little plates. These old lids from some vape juice bottles that I used to have, they would be perfect for the spikes. See, it's good being a hoarder. Double-sided tape! Undercoating the spikes. Fuck me, that's a sexy apple. We need to make large holes in these bits of cardboard that Fiona kindly cut out and painted. 3 nails through them to keep them still, and take the middle one out. PPE! Now we drill. Genius! You're eating his head? That's not normal behaviour. What? You're standing... What are you doing? What is happening? What is this dynamic? You lot need therapy. We made these panels from cardboard and some rubber pads. They've had some paint on them, but I want to add a little bit more detail. I want to make the fake rivets look like fake screws. Mixing some antique silver with some yellow ochre. Remember, there are no mistakes, only happy accidents. Just adding a little bit of fake rust and then going over with a little bit of black wash to add some contrast and make the detail pop out a little. I need to make some diagonal bits of masking. Clever masking. Drink plenty of water. Silver, black and Mod Podge, which is a versatile glue. Mixing glue with paint makes it flexible paint, so it won't chip or flake. And here's another coat. Alright, I need to take off this mask, and I really hope it comes off okay. Right. Come on. Okay. Yep, that's cool. And put it back on and then paint the whole thing silver and then take it off. That could have cost me hours. There's a little bit of sneaky paint I need to get rid of, that won't be an issue. So I'm almost there, just got to do a little bit more tomorrow, but I've got to fucking work. But after work I'll finish it, and then I promise I'll show you. And it's so cool! Alright, bye. I am inside the helmet. That's right. This is the last day. Just got a couple of little things to do. So let's get cracking with the final bits and I'll show you. Marking where I'm going to put the holes for the fake cabling. Whoa! Holy moly! Spikes and wires. The cabling is made from some weather strip and I'm gluing in the ends and hiding the joins with these circular plates. And I've temporarily put nails in as the glue sets. I'm using some silver acrylic that I've let dry to do some poor dry brushing of some metallic highlights to make the cables look like they're shielded with metal. The battery packs for the lights are mounted on either side of the head as they're the heaviest part of the helmet, and so to keep the centre of mass as low as possible, they can't be mounted anywhere else. Beat the devil out of it. Watering down some black acrylic makes a wash I can use to simulate some dirt and grime. I'm removing all the nails because I don't actually want nails in something that's going to go on someone's head. Okay, I'm going to call this finished. That's it, I'm done. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Here it is. Here is the weird bingo helmet. Oh yeah, that's a party on ahead. I think this pretty much matches the sketch I was given 10 days ago. Underneath, you can see the helmet sitting comfortably in there, supporting the lightweight helmet. There are literally hundreds of colour pattern combinations. The lights and colours, they're all remote controlled by someone off the side of the stage with this. On my head, tighten it up. Oh yeah. And yeah, and it lights up your face. Well, not your face because you won't be wearing it. I just want to keep it and I want to wear it forever. So it was collected by a courier in a giant box and survived 10 nights of use for the event. It's crazy for me to see something that started as a sketch sent to me on WhatsApp becoming an actual real thing that someone paid me to make and then see it used on stage at a sold out event. Well, there it is. It cost me £220 in materials and additional tools, but some of that I can use on other projects, and as the budget was £500, I make that a profit of £280. It was quite stressful, but it shows that with time being a pressure factor, my scatty brain can actually get projects done, like this video. I hope you like this video. During the week I'll be uploading a video containing a sneak peek of loads of upcoming videos, so stay tuned and I will see you next time. Some people will get that, some people won't. Bye. Video.